everybody. It's MicheleMarieDalene. Hail Mary me to you. Of course, today is the 23rd of January. And today we're going to talk about the supposed to be great... They call it this. I don't call it this. I call this a fucking bullshit. Snowmageddon. Right now, Winston, the winds are starting to pick up a little bit at the time I started recording this. It's almost about 6 o'clock. So we're going to be seeing some cold winds, but snowflakes, not so much. As I mentioned in an earlier vlog this afternoon, I was very upset to say that I wasn't going to get what I was looking forward to having. But, oh well, that happens. Today we're going to be talking about something that I hope never happens, but unfortunately is coming to happen, and I am concerned about it. Alex Jones has covered it. In 5D TV has in 5D has covered it. Lisa Havens has covered it. I've covered it in the past. And that's actually several things. Let's start with the most interesting one. Planet X. It's funny because if you really look up the Roman numeral X in the Roman numerals, I believe it stands for 10. Planet X, if you consider Pluto a planet, would be the 10th planet. This planet has an orbital revolution around the sun of every 20,000 years. It's physically quite large. It has a large gravitational pull. And 20,000 years puts it within the realms of everything that was talked about by the Sumerians about the Anunnaki and Nibiru. So some people are saying is it Nibiru or is it not Nibiru? We don't have enough information yet on its orbit, which is highly elliptical, to tell you if it's Nibiru or not. But it seems kind of coincidental that this planet just happens to be discovered when the second topic is occurring. Actually, there's 3. And they're all related to each other. The second topic is the collapse of the economic systems. Now, I'm not going to sit there and try to tell you the same thing I tell you all the time about how to prepare and all that stuff. Because, let's be honest, if you're not prepared already, you're going to have a hard time. Okay? That's a fact, Jack. I'm sorry. It's true. I really wish... I could tell you that wasn't the case. But when the Royal Bank of Scotland tells you to take all your assets out of the market, and other banks, including the Federal Reserve, despite their best effort to prop up their accounts, and are finding themselves bleeding dollars because they created a deflationary or inflationary trend by programs such as quantitative easings. And the deflation of the dollar. That makes the dollar as good as a piece of toilet paper, which it is. It's really nothing. It has no value to it at all. Before the creation of the Federal Reserve, and other banks similar to that. Money had value, okay? It was created in 1913. I believe on Christmas holiday, the Federal Reserve was created. Reason was, people in Congress just wanted to go home, and they didn't, or Senate wanted to go home, and they really didn't think what they were doing. And they created this big giant boondoggle. And now, the vultures are at the door, and they want meat. Our meat. Our money. Our assets. Even though it's nothing more than puffed rice and marshmallow bits. You got, I heard on Infowars.com that Senator Paul got a message that President Obama wants to write to declare war on anybody who's a terrorist for any amount of time he wants, anywhere in the world, including in America. So he wants boots on the ground, even in the U.S., to destroy terrorism. Well, I'll tell you something, Mr. Obama. You're absolutely positively the worst president in the last 20 years. You have violated the U.S. Constitution repeatedly, which is an impeachable offense. You have created executive orders all over the place that gives you the power of fiat, of king. You have acted in the worst interest of the American people, and yet now you're telling Congress, because I'd like to have some more power so I can go ahead and put my troops anywhere in the world. No. Absolutely not. Why should we give you a godforsaken, motherfucking, lying, cheating, backstabbing, ISIS-loving motherfucker all this power so you can kick the people in the teeth that are American citizens who were born in this country and give the jobs to everybody but Americans who have been crying for a job for years? We don't have jobs because your and prior presidents' behaviors, including Bill Clinton, George H.W. Bush, and all the others, have taken away our jobs and sent them overseas to the Pacific Rim. And you now are telling me, I want the right to go ahead and use my military as Gestapo type of concept to squash what I consider terrorists, when you really don't even know what a goddamn terrorist is, because you expanded it to include God-fearing American citizens who have legally authorized gun ownership. If that's what you choose, that's fine. You don't have to have a gun. I don't, but that's okay. It doesn't matter. People who believe in the U.S. Constitution and the U.S. Bill of Rights, you want to turn the Constitution into a pile of litter for the cat box. Why should we give you big godforsaken motherfucking asswipe, more power than you need? Get the fuck out of office, will you? Get Biden out too. He's no better. They're both involved with the Davos group, and they're both involved with Bilderberg. Because it's a global schema to destroy all the world economy to the upper elites, Illuminati included, can enjoy eating leftover American and poor dead carcasses of all humans in the world like cannibals. I see it on the news. I read the shit. Okay, I read it every day. And I mean, I'm in a bad mood right now, but that's not because, I'm in a bad mood about this regardless. But here's the deal. We do have the ability. This year, we gotta do it. We have to do it. We got to elect Donald Trump into office. We have to. Let's just choose whoever hope he chooses for vice president is along the same ideas that he is. Somebody who is going to stand up for the U.S. Constitution and the Bill of Rights and is going to repeal and remove all of this executive order bullshit. Just put it in the paper shredder. All those thousands of pages of executive orders that the president has hanging on his fingertips. Mr. Monarchical President doesn't need that kind of shit. That's why we have Congress. That's why we have the Supreme Court. Where the fuck are you doing your jobs? You gotta keep this guy in check and you're not doing shit. Why? Why are you allowing this to happen to American citizens? This is terrible. I can suspect that the reason they're allowing it to happen is the same one that's happening with the president. The part of the secret government, the shadow government that exists in the world, which is part of the Illuminati and the such as the Bilderberg group and the secret group, or not so secret group in Davos, Switzerland. This is terrible. Let's talk about how it's affecting people. We'll talk about my landlord for a minute, because he's a businessman, okay? I mentioned my budget enough. My budget is a micro example of his, which is much more serious than mine is. He has several properties, okay? And he has obviously expenses associated with each of these properties. The biggest problem is that he depends on tenants to rent the apartments so he can pay his bills and his mortgage on that property. The economy in this area is so bad. In this building here at the Snow Queen Palace, we only have 2 apartments rented out of 10 apartments. And we have not one of the storefronts are rented at all. Out of 3 prospective storefronts, none of them are rented. Okay. That's very scary. He's the same in a lot of his properties that he has. And I know this man. I know him. I got a chance to talk to him personally, and we talked deeply about things about this because he knows I know when I know him what I'm talking about. And I could see the fear in his eyes. He's afraid he's going to lose everything if he can't get renters in soon. Everything. Because he doesn't have enough liquidity to keep going at a loss. Now, as I said, my budget is a micro version of his. I'm doing no better. I have to get a new ID card because mine expires my birthday. Guess what? I don't know how I'm going to do that. It's $22.50 for an ID card. And it's really, really, really scary to think that we have entered a time in our lives when we can't even prepare and protect ourselves from the most frightening thing of all. We're not going to make it. We're not going to make it. In fact, when big banks tell you to bail out, that doesn't sound very promising, and we're going to make it. When you have more and more, unemployed in the United States, with the real unemployment numbers of 40 to 50% of American people are out of work, according to the real numbers. That's pretty scary. When there's no jobs to be had anywhere, not even as a street sweeper, not even as a septic tank emptier. That's pretty scary. When the homeless only can dream of laying on a nice, soft, cushy bed, as they lay down in a hard piece of concrete, maybe padded by a blanket underneath their bum. That's sad. When people have to eat out of garbage cans because their food stamps run out, that's despicable. And the sad truth is it's going to get worse before it gets better. A lot worse. I really rather try to tell you happy news. I've been trying to tell you happy news I keep trying to put a positive spin on things. But I'm not having much luck. What my landlord told me worries me. If he fails to pay the mortgage somewhere, the bank is going to gladly swoop in like a hungry vulture and take the property, and that's it. I've been through that once before. I don't want to go through it again. But I'm tough. I've been through this. I don't like it. Sure, like I was in my vlog, I might start ranting and raving, but the truth is, I know I'll pull through because I've got Mother and Father God on my side, and they've been with me ever since I was born. And before then, I've always had Lomi with me in several lives. We've been friends and lovers, and we've been together. And it's just that I just so much wish that we could change the things so everybody would be happy. But like Mother said to me, she says, Michelle, you're a weather sorceress, not a finance sorceress. You're talking about something that's out of your league. And I said, Mom, I just wish so much I could do something about this. I really wish I could turn the world around. But I can't. So, unless some financial genius sorcerer or sorceress comes along and just comes up with a perfect plan to solve the mess that we all created in our life, our lives are just going to stay a mess. I dread the day I'm going to get a phone call from JCPenney because I've defaulted on my debt and have them calling me with the collection agency, call me every 5 fucking minutes trying to tell me to pay up. When I don't even have enough money next month to even get, as I said, a $22.50 identification card renewal. You tell me that's fair. You tell me that's fair. because it's not. Padre says, one of the things about you is that you never had a chance to live your dreams. Yeah, he's right. I never did. My life is full of broken dreams. I've only had a chance to live 3 dreams my whole life that I could say at least I am damn proud to remember. The first was my confirmation and first communion in the Catholic Church. The second was being crowned the North American Snow Crane. I'm proud of that. That was special to me. It's still special to me, and I still think about it. It comes up as a memory, and I often will put a YouTube video on and watch it. And the third thing is finding somebody who loves me and cares about me. I'm talking about Dory. And love me, of course. Yeah, well, I'm always there. So is Dory. Yeah. And you know, the thing is, probably now until the day I draw my last breath, I will never get a chance to talk to my family. I'll never get a chance to talk to my brother. I miss my dad. I miss my aunts and uncles, my cousins. I miss all of you. That's sad. I sit here thinking how I could try to change the world a little bit for the better. And the sad truth is I can't come up with a plan. I want to make people happy. But I can't even make myself happy all the time. Sometimes I have happy moments, but, you know, let's be honest. This year, it's just going to be a tough year for everybody. Not just me. And I really wish that I could give you guys, you know, a pep talk and you know, make you feel good about yourselves and everything. But the sad truth is it would be kind of empty, considering the fact is I don't feel too good. My leg's hurting again because of the weather. I have to keep pushing on. I gotta keep going. I gotta shrug my shoulders. I just gotta go ahead and keep trudging in the snow of my life. And at least I don't have to go it alone. The most important thing you can do if you're American and you are registered voters is go to the polls and vote for the right candidate that's going to help fix the problems that was created. I don't mean some goddamn lawyers who don't know anything about what it's like to be poor. I'm talking about elect a person to office that at least has some common sense and understands the real world around them. I'm talking about people like Donald Trump. But even on a local level, in local politics, please consider electing somebody who at least has a good grasp on the reality. That's what it's going to take to get this, even to begin to change things around. Not electing a person who has no real world experience on the low income and the high income levels. Or a person who's so insulated from reality that they can't even tell you what's wrong. Because everything to them is just a series of theories. That's why this country is going to shit. These people in office now don't even know anything about the real world or what's going on. They're not businessmen. They either are theorists or they're lawyers. They're insulated from everything because they've been living in their ivory world and they don't even have a clue of what's going on. I don't even know if this is even considered a bcast or a blog. It's a blog and it's a bcast. Oh, really? Well, because if you think about it, it's a bcast because it's longer. Yeah, we've had long blogs too. Yeah, but they're different. They're different. Yeah. So what do you think? It's like Mother said, I'm not any more of an economic socialist than you are. I know I've seen since November you've had to struggle with some really hard things in your life. I've seen you basically decline in spirit. Because everything that you dreamed of has been removed from you as possible. But I know one thing about you. You're tough. And somehow I don't see you as being a person that's going to be a quitter. Or a person who's going to go to strong drink or take the final exit. I think you are the kind of person that's going to go out there and keep tenaciously clawing at the little tendrils of your dreams, even if it's just to make your life a little bit better, even if it's 1 millimeter at a time. That's what I think. Thanks. I will say one thing. I am sorry that you did not get the snow that you wanted for Winston. I think you really showed off your depression, your frustration in that video. And I know your frustration is being mirrored in this video. But I think that you will get tougher. You know what's hard? What? Is everybody back in the 80s? We're doing pretty good, especially after Ronald Reagan was in office for Reaganomics and everything. Yeah, but that was like sugar-coated. He inflated the stock market so much. Probably the big banks did, not so much him. But because of the way Reaganomics worked, it worked, right? For a while. Quite a while. Until we had the first Bush come into office and begin dismantling it. Oh, don't hold it against the first Bush. She wasn't really that bad. It was the predecessor of him. I think it was, how did it go? Something like Reagan, Clinton, Bush one, and then it was Bush 2, and then Obama. Something like that. And the first thing I know that back when Ronald Reagan was president, that everything was better. We had American economy. We were developing. We had businesses were booming. There was investment into the defense. There was investment into SDI, which I hear they want to do some of the resumption of some of those programs. Yeah. There was so much. Things were going good, weren't they? Yeah, they were going good. Our malls are doing good. Our downtowns were doing good. Right now, look at all the businesses that are going bankrupt. Big difference. Look at all the families that are hungry and cold. Big difference. Look at all the unemployment. Big difference. Yes, you're right. This country needs to change. And like you said, it's also a global problem. It's not going to go away. Just because we can fix the U.S. doesn't mean that we can't fix the rest of the world, because we can't. So what do you think it means? I think we need a whole new way of looking at our world and a whole new way of changing everything that we do. I think we need to come up with something that is a different plan, a different concept that has never been tried. It's kind of like when you come up with an idea and you say, "Oh, this is a great idea," but yet it's just I don't know. One of the things as I was helping is that I'd like to make Dory happy. How? I don't know. Like me, she has dreams that she has never been able to fulfill. And it sucks. Yes, you know why it sucks? Is that we never will be able to do like the Matt Johnsons of the world and invest in a couple 100,000 pixels of LEDs and putting around the house and decorating it with Christmas lights and synchronizing the music. Oh, I wouldn't say you can't. But, yeah, I can see your point. Well, if I don't get my eye drops this coming up month, my eyes are gonna go bad again. That's a concern. But then if I don't get a new ID card, I can't vote in the primaries either. I don't think I can. Yeah. Sometimes, Lum, I think that people are just in, like I'm in the wrong time. No, you're not in the wrong time. You're in the right time. The problem is you're feeling the same thing that everybody else is feeling. The question keeps coming up in your heart. Why me? Yeah, actually, that's gets in my head, doesn't it? Why me? What did I do wrong to deserve to have to live so minimalist life where I have to give up everything that I used to enjoy And I'm not getting anything done because I don't have the money to get things done that even I need to do. I don't drink. I don't smoke. I don't drug. But even so, I'm still just as poor and destitute as they are. I don't steal. I don't bribe. I don't break the law. And yet I'm a prisoner. Because I can't do the things that I wanted to do. Even the most simple things. To make someone happy. It's difficult to do. Now, I'm sorry this isn't the most exciting, happy bcast of all times. But you know what? I have to be honest, so I say this. My viewership is not the highest. I'm not going necessarily for the highest viewerships. I'm not trying to push people to join my channel by doing stupid things like having cats on skateboards and or cats on Roombas, or because I can't afford either one actually. But you know, I'm just trying to say is that the few of you that I do have as subscribers, I want you to get to know me as a person, a well-rounded person. Get to know me from everything you can from me. I know that some bcasts are brought, some of these group people who do videos on YouTube always seem like they're so happy and joyful, or they're doing silly things, and they seem like they have it together and everything. And you know who they are. I know who they are. Maybe we don't watch the same channels, but we know who they are. Okay? And yet, how much of that stuff is them just putting on a rubber mask and just making it look like they're always smiling and happy, when deep down in their heart, they probably wish to tell you how they really feel, but they're afraid of losing viewers. Let me give you a piece of advice. If that's all you want to do, is make yourself look like you're always happy. And it seems forced. Your audience is going to know it. Okay? So, if you can, at least, if you want one channel that's all professional, always has a happy face on it, that's great. But why don't you create another channel where you can just show your real feelings? Good times and the bad. It's okay. You have a right to be upset about the way things are around you. You should be allowed, and you do have that right, thanks to YouTube, to express that frustration and misery, and it's okay. Don't be afraid of losing a subscriber if they don't like hearing you cry, or they don't want to hear you express your emotional pain. It's just going to remind them of their own pain. Whatever it may be is causing them emotional pain. You're a human being too. You have the right to express your feelings on camera and off camera. You don't have to be a stoic. You don't have to act like you're so super strong that nothing bothers you. For things that bother me. And the first thing that bothers me is a sense of helplessness when I can't do anything about the things that are going on in my life, because the only power I have is the ability to manipulate snow I can't manipulate my budget that way. I can't change the economics of the world. I can't turn the world economy around and give everybody jobs, and I can't help giving the homeless people a place to sleep. I want to, but I can't. I know that. It makes me sad to see that there are so many people in this so-called Bilderberg and other Davos group that are sitting there and talking about ways how to destroy the people of the world for a one world government for their best interest, for themselves. And it makes me feel like it's so wrong, and the inequities and the unfairness. This is not what we should be doing. I know it's hard because you dream of those things that you can change. You pray to your God and Goddess, whoever they may be. You say to yourself, if I only could make Tiny Tim's a happy birthday. Instead of sitting there in the hospital after having a major medical procedure full of medical devices and tubes, and when he looks so pale and sickly. And you sit there and you feel like you say to yourself, well, how can this happen? While you see the next patient, the next little boy in the next room, it's got a private room and is eating filet mignon while your little son is dying. That stinks. That stinks. Because the truth is, what did that little boy that's eating the filet mignon do that made him so much more special? Nothing. He was just born of a well-to-do home, that's all. That's the whole thing that bothers me. I believe that we should all be able to work to achieve our goals in our lives by our own efforts. Yes, but when somebody keeps slamming the fucking door in your face and you can't even get ahead because nobody will even give you an inch, a millimeter, a micron, nothing to even begin to show what you can do. That just stinks. Think about it. We gotta change this thing somehow. Everybody should have the right to find happiness. The Constitution even says that. Or was it the Bill of Rights? I think it was the Declaration of Independence, actually. Oh, okay. All men are created equal with the right for life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. Happiness is an inalienable right, meaning we all have the right to pursue it. But nobody wants to give us a chance to do it. So we sit there, and that's why we have all these drug problems and all this alcohol abuse and all this stuff going on. It's because people can't even pursue happiness. Tell me that that's fair. Well, listen, guys, here's the most important thing. I want to hear from you. I want to hear your comments, good or bad. I don't care. I'll read them. I'll try to reply to them if I can. Let's talk. What would you do? How can we change this? Is there anything we can do? All hailing frequencies, you're up and Captain. Okay? Talk to you soon. Bye-bye. Bye-bye, everybody.